And today, we're not doing a movie or television series review. We're actually going to react to something that I believe is going to be a bit polarizing.
We're just going to lay it all out there. We're going to put our opinions on the line, and you're going to listen.
Drink it in.
Drink it in.
Just drink it on in.
Just drink it all in.
Thank you, and welcome to Quite Contrary, the only show that's mathematically designed to disagree with you. I'm Zach Anonymous.
Johnny Dem.
And apparently, a couple weeks ago, is that right?
No, more like a week.
More like a week ago.
Yeah.
More like a week ago, the story broke that Fox movie channel or whatever, whoever owns Star Trek, has a new director, a new creative voice.
Paramount?
No, you're right. It is Paramount.
Yeah, facts.
It's Disney. By the time this video airs, Disney will have bought it.
Right.
No, the new director for the fourth installment of the J.J. Abrams vs. Star Trek is going to be none other than
Mr. Pulp Fiction himself, Quentin Tarantino. Yes.
He produced Pulp Fiction. He didn't direct it. So.
Really? Well, he wrote it.
No.
Yes, he did.
No, he produced it. They're based on characters that he created.
Mr. Jackie Brown himself, Quentin. No.
No, guest artist.
Mr. Inglourious Basterds himself.
No, he was just in that movie. No, so Quentin Tarantino is going to be directing the new Star Trek movie, the fourth installment. And Johnny is very excited because J.J. Tino came in with the stipulation that the next Star Trek movie be rated R.
It's so exciting. I'm so excited.
Would you like to expand on that?
I want you to
I feel like I've been talking for a while.
Okay, fine. Then you can react to what I say. Okay. This sounds amazing. Because obviously we know that Star Trek people don't like their stuff to be rated R. They want it to be how it was has always been. They always walking on eggshells so they don't piss anybody off. I know that it's pushed the envelope in a lot of different ways. I'm sorry, I don't remember her name. But the black actress that played, what's her name? I don't remember Goldberg. I don't remember her the character's name either.
Oh, Guinan.
You know what? Never mind. I'll skip that part.
You're thinking of Nichelle Nichols,
right?
And her role as Lieutenant Commander Uhura,
right? And she had a hand in some civil rights stuff, and it was actually really cool to see her in that role. It was big for the time. They've always pushed the boundary. They always challenged us to think and challenged the way that we think about things, and it's always been a series like that. But for me, I don't really think that especially anything in media is sacred, and I think that rated R stuff is better. I think it's more enjoyable. I like stuff that is rated R. I think Batman should have a rated R story. Hold
on, this character. The ninja that dresses like a bat that beats up clowns. Yeah. That is the essential 17 and up story to be told.
Absolutely. He's done it in the comics. He's had rated R stories in the comics.
They don't rate those like that.
I know, but if you put that on screen, you would call that rated R.
Okay.
Sometimes they probably go further than that. I mean, it gets really bloody and gory in the comics. Oh,
I'm sorry. He did have a rated R movie, The Killing Joke.
Right. You're right.
Yeah.
But I want to see more of that because I'm an adult and I like adult stories. Sure, Batman should have a kid-friendly version. I understand. I loved Batman stuff when I was a kid. But they're more enjoyable as rated R. We've done Deadpool. We've done Logan. Those things did very well. And I think what we're seeing here is that Star Trek, the last Star Trek they put out, the Star Trek movie that J.J. Abrams did.
Arguably the best one. Just didn't do well at the box office.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody cares as long as it doesn't make money. The people at the top don't care if it's a good movie. If it doesn't make money, it doesn't matter. They're gonna try something different, and that's what they're doing. They're doing something drastic with Star Trek. That's going to.
I thought they were doing something drastic with Discovery.
And what's super convenient about this day and age and sci-fi starship troopers exploring the galaxy is that we have. Actually, you could watch that. It's a good movie, Galaxy Quest. But we have Orville for the traditional Star Trek experience. We don't need Star Trek to do it anymore. They don't have to shoulder that burden or whatever. They can actually just go and have fun and do some experimental stuff. I want them to push the boundaries like they always have and traditionally have done, is actually push that boundary and push the envelope, and they need to continue doing that and try something they haven't done before. And this is going to be a creative story from one of the greatest writers and directors of our time. And it's going to be amazing. Next.
Being the media outlet that pushes the envelope is not a burden. It is a privilege. A privilege that Star Trek took for granted when it started doing things like the last couple of seasons of DS9, where it was trying too hard to be Star Wars and lost its roots. And then it lost its way completely with new J.J. Abrams stuff. Don't get me wrong, they're fun movies, but it's just not the core of it. Star Trek should be trying to restore itself to what it was, not shying away from it. And the thing about Star Trek is that it used to air its laundry in public. It wasn't a bunch of adults sitting in a dark room watching something tailor-made to them. It was broadcast through the air to any antenna that could pick it up. And over again, they reflected onto society itself through a dark mirror. And it was wonderful. And this iteration...
That's a good show.
Dark Mirror, it's what? It's imagery, Johnny. It's illusions. Don't you understand? Don't you understand anything about Star Trek? However, I will agree with you on this point. It is the shocking thing. And in that way, it may come back to its roots. Mm-hmm. But I don't think that Star Trek is about hiding anything. And having a rated R rating definitely is.
Okay.
That's my 2 cents.
And it makes a lot of sense. I understand traditionally, I would just cap it by saying 2 things that I think are ringing true in this pick of letting Tarantino do this.
Money and money? Because they're going to shock people and people love Quentin Tarantino? That's our show. I want to thank everybody for hanging out. But before we go, I'd like to end the show the way we always do, eating gummy snacks in silence.
I'd like to thank our patrons.
Yeah, you do that.
Mm-hmm. I don't know sign language.
I'm not eating those out of your hand.